All right, let's get this party started. This is Lesson 6, Professional Ethics from the Exam Study Guide. Learning Objectives. 1. Discuss the meaning of the term professional ethics. 2. Explain the purpose and scope of the Realtor Code, published by the Canadian Real Estate Association. And that's called CREA, Canadian Real Estate Association. 3. Discuss the wide variety of duties and responsibilities of real estate professionals. And 4. List the disciplinary procedures to which real estate professionals could become subject. Section 246. Where a licensee who belongs to the local real estate board breaches the rules contained in the Canadian Real Estate Association CREA's Code of Ethics and Standards of Business Practice, the answer is 2. The appropriate real estate board may discipline the licensee, and that is absolutely true. The appropriate real estate board, for example, Fraser Valley, may discipline the licensee. 262. Which of the following is a false statement regarding the Code of Ethics of the Canadian Real Estate Association, the CREA? And the answer is 1. The code stresses that a realtor's highest duty is owed to his or her client regardless of the nature of the client's instructions. And that's absolutely false. All right, your highest duty is not owed to your client regardless of the nature of the client's instructions, because it could be, a little shady. These other things are true, though. 2. All provincial real estate association realtors and regional real estate board realtors are bound to abide by the code. That is absolutely true. And 3. The code resolves conflicts between a realtor's instructions from a client and the realtor's responsibility to the community in favor of the interests of the community. That's also very true. And 4. The code includes the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and that is also extremely true. But the false thing here is that the code stresses that a realtor's highest duty is owed to his or her client regardless of the nature of the client's instructions. No way, Jose. Yes. Page 2. Question 293. Which of the following is a true statement regarding a real estate licensee's duty to ascertain the facts respecting a client's real estate transaction? And the answer is 3, which is only A and D are true. So what is A? A licensee should be knowledgeable, among other things, about price levels in the real property market, general economic trends, and changes to zoning bylaws. And also D, online access to land title registry has removed most excuses for a licensee's failure to perform a title search. And so the answer there was 3, which is only A and D. So those things are true. We said A, licensee should be knowledgeable about price levels, general economic trends, changes to zoning bylaws, and D, online access to the LT land title registry. Well, you got it, you can do it. 579. Which of the following situations does not include the breach of a duty owed by a licensee to a client? And the answer to this is 3. Susan represents Navco Developments in its purchase of houses in Vancouver. Susan also represents Abco Inc., a competitor of Navco, in Abco's acquisition of properties in the Cariboo. And this is not a breach of duty owed by a licensee to a client, which is 3. Susan represents Navco Developments in the purchase of houses in Vancouver. She also represents Abco Inc., a competitor of Navco, in Abco's acquisition of properties in the Cariboo. All right, so that is not a breach of duty. Susan can do that. You got that? Susan can do that. All right, but these other things are breaches of duties. For example, Leah Trading Services representative discloses a client's bargaining position to that client's competitor. Lee thought it would be okay to do so because the transaction took place 5 years before. No, you can't do that. 2, because that's breaking confidentiality. And 2, Bob receives 6 similar offers to purchase the house of his client, the Simpsons. He decides not to waste the Simpsons' time, so he only presents them with 4 best offers. No, he's got to show all 6. And 4, Ward is a real estate licensee in Prince Rupert who deals solely with residential properties. One of his present clients expressed an interest in purchasing a warehouse and an office complex for a business to be opened in Vancouver. Ward offers to fly down to Vancouver at the expense of the client in order to locate and negotiate the purchase. The client accepts. So this is a breach of duty. And why would that be a breach of duty? Because I think it's a lack of experience. But 3, Susan represented NAVCO and APCO at the same time is not a breach of duty. Page 3, question 962. The purpose of the Code of Ethics is to, number 1, A and D only. A and D. A, provide guidelines to ensure that human actions are morally fair as well as lawful. What the frick? 962. All right. So yeah, A and D, to provide guidelines to ensure that human actions are morally fair as well as lawful. And D, maintain the reputation of the profession in the eyes of the public. Those are true. So the answer is 1, A and D only. All right. Okay, provide guidelines. It sounds kind of weird they just put human actions, but I guess, yeah, everybody involved is a human, right? Not a plant or animal or a rock. 998. Lisa, a real estate licensee, accepts a listing at a much higher price than market conditions warrant. Back at the office, another licensee, Dave, suggests that since the seller's interests are best served by making a sale, Lisa should advertise the property at a more reasonable price than that specified by the seller. Which of the following articles or interpretations of the standards of business practice has Dave overlooked in suggesting this course of action to Lisa? And the answer is 3. Article 13, Interpretation 13.2. The advertised or offered price shall not be other than that which was agreed upon in writing with the seller. So let's recap this. Lisa, she has agreed with a customer, a seller, to sell a house, but it's it's above market price, much higher than market price. So Dave at the office, he says, hey, you need to lower that. But in fact, the answer 3, Article 13, Interpretation 13.2, says the advertised or offered price shall not be other than that which was agreed upon in writing with the seller. She could phone the seller and say, hey, let's agree, let's write up a new price. That could happen, but she can't just do it behind the seller's back. And that was the Chapter 9, Lesson 6, Professional Ethics. Thanks, everyone.